Tuesday. Welcome to the program. Thanks for joining us. Jane Velez-Mitchell is my co-host. We got a huge show today. It's True Crime Tuesday. Just an amazing story that I really felt it's important to let you know about. A woman who was in a marriage for 7 years, says at times basically held captive, beaten routinely by her husband, had a baseball bat, she says, really ran for her life with her children, how she was able to get out of the relationship. And we've heard this story so often of women in abusive relationships, but I do think it's so important to just continue to focus on it and continue to get the message across about how women can get help, and there is help out there, and we're going to emphasize that today.
I mean, this is the biggest problem women face in America today because the leading cause of injury for women, teens to their 40s, is being beaten by somebody they live with.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Again, so we're going to talk to the woman involved in this, also her mom. We're also going to talk to someone who actually used to abuse, a male who's here, who's now kind of trying to set his life right and trying to help women and give them warning signs and give them advice from the abuser's perspective. So a lot ahead. Also, human lie detector Janine Driver is here. Superfan Candace Brooks is back.
Yeah!
There she is. Candace came to our show a couple of weeks ago when Martin Short was here, and she was in our audience, and she was so enthusiastic and so great, and she wanted us to like her Facebook page for her business, and it turns out her business, you know, wasn't doing so well, so we've been trying to focus on her business.
Thank you.
We sent her to the Gumbo, what was the Gumbo Festival?
New Iberia, Anderson.
The Gumbo Festival in New Iberia, Louisiana. So we're going to have that a little bit later on the show. A lot of stories in the news to tell you about, though. Let's get to today's headlines in the first 15. Obviously, debate last night. I was covering it up until well, I was covering it until 12:30.
Okay,
and I drove
I
here
got to
all night.
say this.
Yeah.
Last person I saw before I went to sleep last night was you.
Oh, sorry.
So now you're here.
Yeah.
I want whatever you're having. That's all I can tell you.
Listen, I was in a car all night driving actually from D.C. to here because I couldn't guarantee that a plane would get here in time. So I actually just drove after the debate. But a fascinating debate. I mean, most of the polls, CNN did a poll, also CBS News did a poll. Both polls indicated viewers of the debate felt President Obama won the debate on points in terms of kind of dominating the debate. The question, of course, is whether that actually translates into winning in the polls, and that's not clear. Mitt Romney has been doing much better in the polls since President Obama's terrible performance in the first debate. So, again, it's down the wire. 14 days left to go.
Horses and bayonets. That was what came out of it. Well, yeah, the binder's full of women in the one debate. Now you have the horses and bayonets. And it usually is that one little phrase that captures the public's imagination that might be the metaphor for whatever the bigger issue is. Because Obama was trying to paint Romney as retro, as not being in touch with the times. So when he said, oh, well, yeah, we don't have as many ships today because, well, we also don't have as many horses and bayonets.
Right.
As we
Mitt Romney, and has been saying this now for a while, is that he wants to spend more on the military than President Obama does. President Obama says Mitt Romney wants to spend $2 billion that the military doesn't even want. Mitt Romney is pointing out that our Navy is smaller than it was. It was in 1916, I believe, is what he was saying. And President Obama countered by saying, well, you know, we don't need as many ships. We have aircraft carriers. We also don't have as many horses and bayonets as we did back in 1916. And Mitt Romney it's interesting when a candidate uses a line a lot on the campaign trail. It then allows the other person
to rehearse an answer.
And that was clearly an answer they had worked on and immediately went viral. There's a Twitter page, I think, Horses and Bayonets. There was a thing about Battleship, too, about like playing Battleship. You sunk my battleship. There's a picture of this was on the internet as well. I want to check in with our human lie detector, Janine Driver, who we have on the show a lot. She's author of the book, You Can't Lie to Me. She's joining us right now via satellite from Los Angeles. Hey, Janine, how's it going?
Hi, Anderson. How are you?
Hey, we're good. We're good. So, when you watch a debate,
I got to tell you, I got to tell you real quick. You were the last person I saw before I went to bed last night too.
Well, you know, don't get any ideas.
Body language. Hey, Andrew, hey, simmer down. Your body language was really great, Anderson. You had your feet very far apart, and that's power. So you killed it last night.
A wide stance, really? Okay. I didn't know that. That was just basically steadying myself to keep myself awake. What did you see from the debate last night in terms of body language?
You know, if we labeled the second debate as the debate of gestures and hand gestures in each other's face, last night would definitely be the debate about facial expressions. You know, what we saw contempt, we saw disgust, we saw anger on Mitt Romney's face. We still saw Barack Obama using a lot of his hand gestures, but then we saw some body language that wasn't so great as well.
Like what?
Well, when the president spoke, we saw the president give great body language. He would give extra eye contact to Mitt Romney. So he would look and look right at Mitt Romney's face, and when he would listen to Mitt Romney. But we didn't have the same happen with Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney barely and rarely looked at the president.
Which is a big switch.
He tended to look down a lot.
Which is a big switch because in that first debate, President Obama really rarely seemed to look at Mitt Romney, look down a lot, and it was Governor Romney who was looking squarely at President Obama in that first debate.
Was it me?
Right.
Or
hey, I can tell. Go ahead.
Was Romney sweating a little bit?
There was a little sweat, yeah.
But
you know what's interesting?
I felt like Romney
they actually negotiate the ambient temperature of the auditorium. Both sides, they have a memorandum of understanding. It's a multiple-page memorandum, and it documents everything from like how high the lecterns are, what kind of papers and pens are going to be on the desk, and they argue over what temperature the room is going to be. Because they don't want the candidate to sweat, because ever since that famous Nixon-Kennedy debate.
Yeah. So what's the ideal temperature?
I don't know. I think it depends on the candidates. For instance, I like a room icy cold. Like it's very cold in this room right now,
Me too.
or else I will be drenched in sweat. So I like it like 65 degrees, but I'm constantly like questioning like, it feels about 67 degrees to me right now. Anyway, just very briefly, what else did you notice?
So with regard to eye contact, Anderson, I want to let you know, Obama was almost at 100% giving that eye contact to Mitt Romney. If you're going out on a job interview, people watching your show, you never want to give 100%. 100% is considered intimidating. The average eye contact in a business setting is 60%. So what does this mean? The people that give intimidating eye contact are judges, are police officers, and presidents of the United States of America.
So that's interesting. You're saying in a job interview, do not like make constant eye contact. Kind of occasionally look down, look around.
It's overly aggressive. It's overselling. But if you are in a position of power already, if you are a president, if you're a police officer, if you're a judge, then or you're a mom, or you're a librarian, if you have power over somebody, then you can give that 100%.
Man, those librarians. My cousin's a librarian in Mississippi, or was a librarian in Mississippi. They can give you that death stare. That be quiet. They can get librarians can make you quiet without doing anything else. Hey, Janine, we got to go because we've got a lot of headlines. Appreciate you being with us today. Thank you.
That's great. Thanks for having me.
Just a couple of other quick stories to get to. Front page of the New York Post today, Pimp Pop. This is a story about a dad in New York City who allegedly was running some brothels and in the city. Turns out one of the brothels is where I used to live.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Off 6th Avenue around 37th Street. I used to live on 38th off 6th Avenue. And we had a problem of having one or two brothels on the street pop up. They would pop up in like the second story. They would call them massage parlors, and like all the people in my building, we'd come anytime people come home late, you'd see these people lurking outside, waiting to get a Thai massage at 3 a.m. You'd be like, wait a minute. So this guy and his son.
I love the son.
His son from a previous marriage. Clearly, there's some issues. Tweeted, "Awesome dad, way to make the Thomas family proud."
Hey, look what they're saying here. They're Zumba now Wall Street.
That's right. That's
What's next? I love that.
Yeah, the Zumba was the classic.
But you know my favorite thing about this? One of his wives was named So Young.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What,
So
really?
young.
So young.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
young. The other thing is we've been getting a lot of pictures about my smudge glasses.
Oh.
Yeah. I had a couple weeks ago. I was down to my last pair of glasses, and I guess some viewers noticed that they were very smudged because they were my last pair. Because I'd sent the others. The others were so scratched and smudged. So I got a lot of tweets about this. I did have a lot of smudge. For an entire week, I was with these glasses. Yeah, I know there's a huge smudge on there. But There's also all these scratches. For the entire week, I was like, could barely see through all the scratches in my glasses. And I finally got some fresh pairs.
I think they've got some Windex here
Oh, yeah,
you.
some Windex here. Oh, there we go. All right, good.
And of course, I would like to unsmudge my glasses at the same time.
We're rocking the same glasses. That's very nice. We're going to, and Wolf Blitzer, too, is also taking the same glasses. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to have more of the first 15 when we come back. A new Disney character is causing controversy, plus our unforgettable superfan, Candace Brooks, is here to tell us about the World Championship Gumbo Cook-Off. Welcome back. Some of the dancing going on during our breaks here. Jane Velez-Mitchell is my co-host. You love to dance with the audience, don't you?
I do love to dance. It brings me joy. What can I say?
There you go.
And ridicule, but that's okay.
I like it. Yeah, I like that. Good Lord. Very nice. Hey. There's a story making headlines that I wanted you to know about. Today is True Crime Tuesday, and we're focusing on some crime stories. There was a woman who coming up, was beaten by her husband, and she says repeatedly beaten with a baseball bat and all sorts of things over the course of a 7-year marriage. We're going to talk to her and give advice for women who are facing similar circumstances. So many women trapped in relationships they feel they can't get out of. And trying to make that jump to leaving. This
is one of the most horrific cases I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, this is unbelievable. When you see it, it's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, there's this other story making headlines, a very different kind of story. It's incredible. There's a woman who has worked at an Arby's for 22 years, I believe, and she was in the Arby's restaurant just the other day when a burglar came in. She was closing up. She was the only one in the store. And somebody came in, she says, with a knife, held her at knife point. She was able to open up the drive-through window, push past the guy, open up the drive-through window, yell for help, and run out. And the guy ran away, didn't get anything. And guess what happened to this woman afterward? The restaurant fired her.
Nice.
After 22 years because she violated Arby's policy of being in the restaurant by herself. One of her coworkers had just left. She said she was only in there for a few minutes. Her name is Mary Archer. She's joining us actually on the phone right now. Mary, I'm glad you're joining us. You worked, how long were you working at this Arby's?
Well, hello, good morning. I worked there for almost 23 years. 23
years. So
yes.
When they told you they were firing you, what did you think?
I thought that it was unfair. You would think that being there that long that it would be, it would count for something. But obviously it didn't. They didn't even ask me what happened. They just terminated me.
What was the terror like of having this man attack you with a knife and then having to scramble out the window to save your life? I mean, what was that like?
Oh, my God, I was terrified, just terrified. I really thought that I was going to die in that store that night. And I don't know how I mustered up the courage to push him out of the way, to get past him because he had me cornered in the office. And I had to run to the drive-through window, scared. I thought to myself, I'm going to have to try to save my life. I've got to save my life somehow. So I pushed past him, and I ran over to the first drive-through window, and I opened it up, and I started screaming outside the window for help and to call the police that I'm getting robbed. And at this point, I looked behind me because I was afraid he might come behind me and stab me in the back, and I saw him disappear around the corner towards the front of the store.
And he ran out. And
got nothing.
And got nothing.
But he was demanding money.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people are shocked by Arby's doing this. Arby's points out, I guess, that this is this is not a company-owned restaurant, but Arby's put out a statement saying, we're extremely thankful that the employee on duty was not injured during this very serious incident. This did not occur in a company-owned restaurant. We understand from our franchisee that the employee was terminated for a repeated violation of an important safety and security policy regarding closing the restaurant alone after hours. We consider the safety and security of our employees and guests to be of utmost importance. I mean, after 20-some-odd years there, they didn't say anything to you?
No. They terminated me actually that same day.
The same day? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Mary.
And
Mary,
it was just a terrifying experience. I can't believe that I got out of that situation alive to tell about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did, and I'm sorry you're got let go by this company. We're going to continue to follow this, see if maybe they're willing to change, reverse this situation. It seems like you've dedicated a lot of years to that franchise. So we wish you the best, Mary.
We're happy you're alive.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You were talking about there's a new Disney movie and that's causing some controversy.
It's a controversy. Now, it says Disney defends new Hispanic-influenced princess, Sophia, is going to star in the TV movie Sophia the First, Once Upon a Princess. And
Sada Ramirez, who was on the show, she does one of the voices in this.
Yeah, and this character apparently is voiced by a non-Latina, but I think there's controversy over how the character looks. Now, I'm Puerto Rican and Irish, and I say that Hispanics look like everyone. We're 24 countries, and so there's no one way that Hispanics look. So it's both a challenge and it is a wonderful diversity. So when you say, oh, well, Hispanics are supposed to look one way, that's nonsense, because they look like every color in the rainbow, because we're talking about 24 countries, many of which were settled just the way North America was settled. So what I say is that we need to have more diversity of Latinos on television in all sorts of sizes, shapes, and colors.
Lynn on Facebook disagrees. Lynn says, nope, she's too white looking. I'm Hispanic and I don't look white. So.
Well, here's one thing I will say. I think it would have been smart for them to have a Latina actress voice the character, which they did not. We need more Latinos in the movies and on television, and with diverse roles, not just playing the help, which unfortunately happens sometimes, and that's got to stop.
I want to bring up Candace Brooks, who we introduced you to before, one of our favorite viewers from our affiliate in Houston, KRIV, Fox 26. She is back. We sent her to, we love Candace so much, we sent her to the Gumbo Festival. Gumbo Cook-Off Festival? What's the title? Well, anyway, it's in New Iberia, Louisiana. Take a look. Gumbo World Champ.
Hey, Anderson, it's Candace, and I'm here in New Iberia at the World Championship Gumbo Cook-Off. Anderson, the roux is the base of the gumbo.
You gotta have the roux.
You gotta have the roux.
You gotta work it from around the corner.
Work it from around the corner.
That's right. Get
all right. The roux! The roux! The roux is on fire! Say, I wanna win.
I wanna win big time.
I wanna win.
I wanna win.
Anderson, we ready! We got the gumbo, the shrimp, the crab. We ready to go! Woo! I like this, huh? Hey, Anderson, look, not only do they cook great gumbo, but they do these crazy skits. There's a team here all the way from Japan to make gumbo. I like Japan. Japan. All right, now let me like this gumbo.
That's right, boo. Like that gumbo. And you
Don't drink that.
That's good, y'all. I'm gonna take this with me, okay?
All right, so Candace is here. So what'd you bring us?
Okay, Anderson, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, you kind of missed me a little bit, didn't you?
I did,
Hey, Jane. We got some gumbo for the #1 winner.
All right, and we made some
made a
some
vegan one for
gumbo
Jane. Hey, because she bust that move on the dance floor. All right, so we're going to taste a little bit of this gumbo for the #1. It was in New Iberia. It was so much fun,
Was it fun?
Anderson. Oh, I enjoyed it
All right,
so much.
so now you originally came to us because you wanted me to like your Facebook page for your
Anderson,
restaurant.
Yes, and I bought you something back from New Iberia.
Oh, look at that.
Hold that
Rouge
up
Row,
now.
that's nice.
Jane, put that on your head.
Rouge Row.
Oh.
Put that on there. Come on, Anderson, put that on, okay? All right, and we want to
there you
thank
go.
Elena at the New Iberia Chamber of Commerce and Kelly. They were so sweet.
I want to talk about your business, though.
All right.
So you have a barbecue place in Houston.
Yes.
What's the name of it?
Harlan's Barbecue.
Harlan's Barbecue. So you came here originally in our audience because you wanted me to like it.
Yes.
And we thought that was really sweet and everything, but there's a really serious reason behind it.
Oh, yeah, it's a very
business
serious.
was...
Business is slow. It's picking up every day, though, since we got all these. We got 12,000 likes, Anderson.
Whoa, that's
from
good.
900 to 12,000. And Jane, you need to like it, too, and tell your people to like it.
Yeah, all right.
And so we got all those likes.
Where is your barbecue place in
It's
Houston?
in the Galleria Mall.
Okay.
Galleria 3.
And business is bad, why? Just because the economy?
Well, it's the economy, and plus in the mall, we're on the little slow side. We've been in that mall 19 years, so we're on the slow side of the mall. But, you know, people are coming in now because they saw you and you told them to like me, and I appreciate that.
Well, I like that. And I hear you're like paying it forward.
We got the Andersonites, okay? Michelle Davis came up with that. That's one of the followers.
What is that?
Well, what we do is on my page, Harlan's Barbecue, we post all small businesses. I got somebody over there, Earl and them.
Okay.
I met them in the airport. Okay, but you know, we post the small businesses on there, and like Mom Rose in New Iberia, for instance.
So you're trying to encourage and promote other small businesses.
We had one person, we jumped him up to 100.
I like that. That's great.
So it's a lot of, we do a lot of small businesses.
All right. Well, we're going to link to your Facebook page on our website as well.
Okay.
All right.
You know what? You have
Candace,
more energy.
All right, so are you ready for your next assignment?
Yeah. What?
Yeah?
Wait a minute, Anderson. You can't be doing these surprises on live TV.
Are you ready for your next assignment? All right. We want to send Candace to. We want you to go to Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
So that you're going to do the red carpet. You're going to be our red carpet reporter at next week's Country Music Awards. And we got to take a picture.
You can't do that shit on TV.
Wait. Here we go. Here we go. There we go.
Thank you, Anderson. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. Jane, thank you, too, girl.
All right.
Oh, my God.
We'll be right back. True Crime Tuesday. We'll be right back.